Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dive here on YouTube.
It's great to be back.
You know, we've really covered some fascinating topics on the show so far.
Yeah.
From, the art of asking good questions
Right.
to the power of storytelling and how to kind of weave in narratives.
Absolutely.
But today I thought we could focus on something that's kind of even more fundamental than that.
Okay.
Which is just those everyday English conversations that we find ourselves in all the time.
Yeah.
Whether you're ordering a coffee, you're trying to find something in a shop,
Well,
or you're asking for directions on the street.
for sure.
These are interactions that happen constantly, and they can sometimes feel a bit intimidating, especially if you're not super confident in your English skills.
Absolutely.
So our goal today is to equip you with the phrases and the confidence you need to really navigate these everyday situations with ease.
That's right. We're going to break down those common scenarios step by step
Exactly.
and give you those practical phrases that you can start using right away.
Yeah, perfect. So let's dive in, shall we?
Let's do it.
Let's start with a scenario that I think pretty much everyone can relate to,
Okay.
which is ordering food at a restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
So you walk into a restaurant, maybe you're a little bit hungry.
for sure.
What's the first step in that conversation?
Well, the first thing you usually want to do is just indicate that you need a table.
Right.
So a simple and polite way to do this is to just say, "Hi, do you have a table for two?"
Okay.
Or if you're ready to jump straight into looking at the menu, you could say, "Can we see the menu, please?"
Got it. And I notice you put a little bit of a lift at the end of those sentences.
Yeah.
Is that intentional?
It is. It's a subtle thing, but that slightly rising intonation at the end of a question can make it sound a lot more polite.
Very interesting. Okay, so you've got your table, you've got your menu.
Right.
Now you're looking at all the delicious options,
Mm-hmm.
and your stomach's rumbling.
I know.
How do you actually place your order?
Well, the classic, "I'd like a cheeseburger with fries, please," is always a solid choice.
Okay, a classic for a reason.
Right. But what if you need to make a little modification to the dish?
Right.
Like maybe you have dietary restrictions or preferences.
Yeah.
In that case, you could say something like, "Can I have the pasta with no cheese?"
Okay.
Or, "Could you please make sure the salad dressing is on the side?"
Got it. So it's direct, but it's still polite.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
all about finding that balance.
Now, I know I often get stuck when I look at a menu
Yeah.
because there are just so many things that sound good.
I feel that.
What do you do if you just can't decide?
Oh, that's easy. Just ask for a recommendation.
Okay.
You can say, "What do you recommend?" Or, "What's your most popular dish?"
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, it shows that you're open to their expertise.
Yeah.
And they're usually happy to help.
And you might discover something new and amazing.
Absolutely.
Now, sometimes you see something on the menu
Yeah.
and you're not quite sure what it is or what comes with it. So
Yeah.
what do you do then?
Don't be afraid to ask for clarification. You could say, "Excuse me, does this dish come with rice?"
Okay.
Or, "What exactly is in this soup?"
Got it. So always better to ask than to be surprised.
Definitely.
Okay, so the food has arrived. It's delicious. You've had a wonderful meal.
Now it's time for the bill.
Exactly. Now, how do you signal that you're ready to pay?
There are a couple of polite ways to do this.
Okay.
You could say, "Could we get the check, please?" Or, "Could we have the bill, please?"
Perfect. And then comes the eternal question.
Card or cash?
Card or cash, exactly.
So if you prefer to pay by card, you can simply ask, "Can I pay by card?"
Okay.
And if you'd rather use cash, you can ask, "Do you accept cash?"
Got it. Simple and straightforward.
Exactly.
Okay, so to really cement this in our minds, let's do a quick little role play.
Ooh, I like this idea.
Imagine we're stepping into a cozy little Italian restaurant.
All right, I'm feeling hungry already.
Me too. Okay, so I'm the customer and you're the waiter.
Got it. Bring on the pasta.
Okay.
Good evening. How many?
A table for two, please.
Right this way. Here are your menus. Can I offer you something to drink while you decide?
Yes. I think I'll have an orange juice, please.
Excellent choice. And for you.
I'll have a glass of water for now, thank you.
Perfect. I'll be back in a moment to take your order.
Thank you.
And have you had a chance to look over the menu?
We have, and everything looks delicious, but I think I'm going to go with the spaghetti carbonara.
Very good choice. And for you.
I'm going to try the lasagna, please.
Excellent choices, both of you. I'll put those orders in right away.
Thank you.
And how is everything?
The food is absolutely delicious, thank you.
Wonderful. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
We are?
Is there anything else I can get for you?
I think we're ready for the bill whenever you have a moment.
Certainly, I'll bring that right over.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Can I pay by card?
Absolutely no problem at all.
Perfect. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, you too.
So you see how those simple phrases just make the whole process so much smoother?
They really do, and I think it's helpful to hear them in context like that.
Absolutely. Practice makes perfect.
Now let's move on to another common everyday activity,
Okay.
which is shopping.
Shopping. Oh, yes. One of my favorites.
I know, mine too. But sometimes, walking into a store, especially if it's big or unfamiliar,
Yeah,
it can feel a little bit overwhelming,
definitely.
especially if you're trying to find something specific.
Right.
So what are some good ways to break the ice and get the help you need?
Well, the key is knowing how to politely ask for assistance.
Okay.
So if you're looking for a specific item, but you can't find it,
Yeah.
you can say something like, "Excuse me, do you have this in a different size?"
Okay.
Or, "Where can I find the jackets?"
Got it.
Again, that, excuse me, at the beginning, goes a long way in terms of politeness.
It really does. It sets the tone for a positive interaction.
And most shop assistants are genuinely happy to help.
Now let's say you found something you like.
Ooh, yes, the fun part.
What's the next thing that's usually on your mind?
The price, of course.
The price, of course.
So a simple and direct, "How much does this cost?"
Mm-hmm.
will get you the information you need.
Okay.
And if you're feeling a bit bold, you could even ask, "Is there a discount on this item?"
Oh, I like that, especially if it's something you really want.
Right. You never know unless you ask.
Exactly. And then just like at the restaurant comes the payment part.
Yeah.
And different stores have different policies, so it's always good to clarify.
Exactly. So you can use those same straightforward questions.
Yeah.
Can I pay by credit card?
Yeah.
Or do you accept cash?
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, let's do another quick role play. This time we're in a clothing store.
I love that. Okay, let's do it.
All right, so I'm on the hunt for a new sweater.
A classic choice.
I know, right?
Okay, so I'll be the shop assistant this time.
Perfect.
Hello, can I help you find something today?
Hi, yes, I saw this really nice blue sweater over there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you happen to have it in a medium?
Let me just check in the back for you one moment.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, we do. We have a medium in the back. Would you like to try it on?
Yes, please. Where are the fitting rooms?
The fitting rooms are right over there in the corner.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if you need anything else.
I will, thanks again.
So there you go. Another successful interaction.
It really is amazing how those simple phrases can make the whole shopping experience so much smoother.
And less stressful.
Absolutely.
It's all about clear communication.
Okay, now let's shift gears a bit
Yeah.
and talk about situations where you might need to ask for help in a more general sense.
Yeah.
Like maybe you're lost and you need directions or you need assistance with something.
Right.
So what are some key phrases that people can use in those situations?
Well, if you're trying to find your way around, a good place to start is with, "Excuse me, how do I get to the train station?"
Okay,
Or is there a pharmacy nearby?
got it.
And remember to be polite and thank them for their help.
Absolutely. Common courtesy goes a long way.
Now, what if you've lost something or you need someone to repeat something they said?
Yeah, those can be tricky situations.
In those cases, clarity is key. You could say something like, "Excuse me, I seem to have lost my phone. Is there a lost and found?"
Got it.
Or if you need someone to repeat something, you could say, "Sorry, could you please say that again?"
Okay.
Don't be afraid to ask for clarification. It's much better than misunderstanding.
Right. I think a lot of people are hesitant to ask for repetition because they feel embarrassed.
I know, but it's really no big deal.
Yeah.
Most people are happy to help.
Okay, let's do one more role play. This time someone is asking for directions.
Okay, I am ready to be your personal GPS.
Perfect. So I'm a tourist in a new city.
All right, where are we exploring today?
Let's say we're in Paris and I'm trying to find the Louvre Museum.
Ooh, a classic choice.
I know, right? Okay, so here we go.
Bonjour, madame. Can I help you?
Excuse me. I'm
It's
trying to
Charlotte.
find the Louvre Museum.
Ah, oui, the Louvre. It is a beautiful museum.
Can you tell me how to get there from here?
Certainly walk straight down this street for about 3 blocks,
Okay.
then turn right at the traffic lights.
Right at the traffic lights.
Yes, and the Louvre will be on your left, just across the street.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your visit.
I will. Merci beaucoup.
Voila, another problem solved.
It's amazing how a simple exchange like that can clear up so much confusion
Absolutely.
and make you feel so much more confident about navigating a new place.
Definitely.
Now, before we wrap up,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to touch on a few common mistakes that people sometimes make in their English conversations
Okay.
and how to avoid them.
Good idea. Let's do it.
So one thing I've noticed is that sometimes people tend to speak too quickly.
Especially when they're nervous.
Exactly. So instead of saying, "Excuse me, how much is this?"
Yeah.
it comes out as, "Excuse, how much is this?"
Right. It all just blends together.
Exactly. And it can be hard for the other person to understand.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the solution?
Just slow down.
Okay.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
And try to enunciate each word clearly.
God. Easy to say, hard to do sometimes.
It takes practice,
It does.
but it's so worth it for clear communication.
Now, another common mistake, I think, is forgetting to use those little polite words like, please and thank you.
Oh, yes. Those magic words.
They really are magic, aren't they?
They make such a difference.
They do so instead of just saying, give me a coffee.
Yeah.
You're going to say, can I have a coffee, please?
Much better.
So much nicer,
It
right?
shows respect and appreciation.
It really does.
And it can make the interaction so much more pleasant for both parties.
Now, what about those situations where you don't quite understand what someone has said?
That's a tricky one.
It is.
I think a lot of people feel embarrassed to admit that they haven't understood something.
Yeah, they just kind of nod and smile and hope for the best.
But that can lead to bigger problems down the line.
It really can.
So the best thing to do is just to politely ask for repetition. You could say, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please say it again?
Okay.
Or could you please repeat that a little slower?
Got it. So much better than pretending you understood.
Exactly. Clear communication is key.
So as you can see, mastering those everyday English conversations is really all about having a few key phrases up your sleeve
Yeah.
and being mindful of those little details like speaking clearly, using polite language, and not being afraid to ask for help.
Absolutely. It's the little things that make a big difference.
And the more you practice,
Yeah.
the more confident and comfortable you'll become.
You got it.
So there you have it, our deep dive into mastering everyday English conversations.
I hope you found it helpful.
We covered a lot of ground today, from ordering food at a restaurant
Yeah.
to navigating the shops to asking for directions.
It was a whirlwind tour of everyday English.
It was, and I think the key takeaway here
Yeah.
is that you don't have to be perfect.
Not at all.
Just start incorporating these phrases into your daily life.
Exactly.
And little by little, you'll find yourself feeling more and more confident.
You'll be surprised how quickly it becomes second nature.
Exactly. And the more you practice, the more fluent and natural you'll sound. Well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive for today.
Thanks for joining us.
We really hope you found this helpful and that you'll join us again next time for another fascinating exploration.
Until then, keep practicing.
And keep those conversations flowing.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.